So the topic that we chose for our data science final project is satellite collision threat classification. The problem we decided to deal with is that there's thousands and thousands of man-made satellites that are currently orbiting our Earth. And the problem is that there's no way for us to easily recover these satellites when they're no longer being used. Instead, all they do is to continue occupying space and orbits until eventually they decay. But unfortunately, decaying can take satellites up to 1,000 years. Another issue that leads to satellites crashing into one another is that often satellites are not able to complete their mission after launch, so that if we lose communication with them or communication becomes unavailable, then these satellites basically just become extra debris that are floating around orbits and they don't provide any useful information to us. Additionally, when satellites crash into each other or other space debris, they can create millions and millions of tiny particles that, for researchers, are harder to track. And while they are small, they can carry a lot of momentum and be potentially extremely dangerous to other surrounding satellites. In our project, we tried to identify the orbits that had the most populated satellites inside of them, and then subsequently classify the likelihood of collisions when any new satellites were launched based on their anticipated orbit radius. We were able to gather our data from the UCS, or the Union of Concerned Scientists. This data included information such as the apogee distance, the name, the orbit type, and the country of origin, and the data was gathered from over 2,000 registered satellites. The data on the website was made available through a CSV file, and when we retrieved that CSV file, we were able to clean it and extract the information that was necessary for our project. Using the data that we cleaned, we were able to construct representations and visualizations of it by using the matplot library and Seaborn libraries to create scatter plots. And our project was unsupervised machine learning, and the algorithm that we used was clustering because we didn't know the target variable ahead of time. Rather, the only thing we did know was the three features that we had, which was average distance from Earth, eccentricity, and inclination. The models that we decided to construct for our project included the k-means clustering model and the agglomerative clustering model, which both produced 5 clusters. We also used the min-max scaler to test the scaled models versus the unscaled models. After performing an analysis on the results of our model, we determined that the scaled version puts a less emphasis on the average distance feature, which was way more important feature than the other two. This is why we eventually decided to go with the unscaled version of our model. Looking over the results of our agglomerative clustering briefly, we determined that the results from the k-means clustering and the agglomerative clustering were pretty much the same, so we decided to continue on with the k-means clustering model. In terms of optimizing our model, there was nothing that we could really do because we were using unsupervised machine learning and we did not know or couldn't know the target value ahead of time. However, we were able to test our model by introducing a newly launched satellite, predicting its cluster, and then determining the likelihood of it crashing into other satellites within that classified cluster. After we cleaned the data and extracted the features that we needed, the features were then visualized on a scatter plot. The unsupervised machine learning that we used was then able to conduct k-means clustering and agglomerative clustering for comparison, both when we used the features and the scaled features. We were able to predict a newly launched satellite's likelihood of crashing into other satellites using the k-means predictor and classifying it into a cluster. This ranking that was assigned was arbitrary and relative to the other rankings. We are only able to say a satellite has a higher chance of hitting another satellite or debris in one cluster than another rather than the actual probability. To sum it all up, the importance of our project lies in the fact that there are thousands of pieces of debris that currently orbit Earth. This includes satellite from previous launches, natural debris such as asteroid dust, and particles from collisions. In our project, we were able to gather data from the UCS and then clean that data so that we only included relevant data for our project. Then we performed analysis on this using unsupervised machine learning to classify those satellites into different clusters, and then these clusters were then analyzed to give each cluster a crowdedness ranking based on the amount of surface area each satellite in the cluster took up, and then subsequently determine the likelihood of these satellites crashing into one another within each cluster.